Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue our chapter carbon and its compound. Now, in our previous video, we will study about types of carbons. There are two types of carbons. One is crystalline form and second is amorphous form, right? And mostly in your books and in the syllabus, only we are studying about crystalline forms, and in our previous video we already studied about first type of crystalline form, that is diamond. Second is our graphite, and third is fluorines. We already studied in our first video about diamond, structure of diamonds and their properties. Now we are going to study our next two types of crystalline form, that is graphite and fluorines. Okay, in which graphite have a structural form, structure is like that they doesn't have the 3D image, they doesn't have 3D crystals, only they have a layer, and one layer will be attached with another layer of graphite with a covalent bond and a force, that is called weak van der Waals force of attraction. Here the van der Waals force was weak. We will study why it was weak, and the layers of carbon atoms will be attached by one. So with a strong covalent bond. We all know covalent bond is not a strong bond, but in this case here there are two forces was there. One is covalent bond and second is van der Waals force. Here van der Waals force is weak, that's why the covalent bonds are strong because it is not an ionic compound, it is a covalent compound, that's why here the covalent bond is strong. Okay, and next about fluorines. We will study the properties of fluorines. Why? Because the structure of fluorines is like a football. It is made up of so many carbon atoms will be attached to it, and it is very complicated diagram. So the diagram is never asked in your examinations and in any exams. So we didn't study about their diagram, we only study about their properties and how they form and how many carbon atoms is present in the fluorines. This was only properties will be asked in the examination, so we will only study about properties. Okay, now we will start our topic. First, crystalline form graphite. Okay, it is a grayish black opaque solid, means the color of the graphite is grayish black, means it was grayish black color, and it was opaque solid. Opaque, what is opaque substance? In our smaller classes we will study about objects, right? There are three type of objects: transparent objects, translucent objects and opaque objects. Okay, here it is opaque solid. What is transparent? The light that fully passes through the object, that is transparent. If light doesn't pass, then it is opaque, and if light partially passed to the object, that is translucent. Means what was opaque solid? Means it was that type of solid in which light doesn't pass, means it will strike to the objects and they will reflect the light, that is called opaque object. So how graphite is a object that is opaque solid, means it doesn't allow the light to pass through them, and its color was grayish black. It is very soft and slippery to touch, means the graphite was very soft and it was slippery to touch, means when we are touch the graphite, it will slips with our hand. That's why we are using that graphite in a machine as a lubricant. What is lubricant? When in motorcycles and bicycles we are using lubricant oil to be less frictions of the brake and chain. Why? Because when we are applying brake, so they will friction with each other. Okay, so they will rubbed with each other, and the metal object will be after some time it will be depolished. That's why we are using lubricant. So in heavy vehicles, in heavy machine, to avoid the friction, graphite in a powder form we are using as a lubricant. So that's why we are using, because it was the nature of slippery. That's why we are using as a lubricant in the machines. It has flat planar, means the graphite has not a structure, spherical shape and any geometrical shape. It has a flat surface and layered structures, mean one by one layer will be there. This was the structure in which graphite are two forms, means if they are in a hexagonal shape or in a pentagonal shape. Okay, and here is the carbon. So one carbon will be attached with another carbon, and it makes 6 carbons make a hexagonal structure. If 5 carbons, then it is a pentagonal structure, and the both carbon will be attracted with strong covalent bond. So this was the first layer and this was the second layer. So the force between that will attract the first layer to another layer with a van der Waals force of attraction, but the force of attraction was very weak, and this is the layer of the carbon atoms. So you will see that this is the structure of graphite. Now physical property. Some physical property of graphite like density, soft and slippery, conductivity, melting point, solubility, effect of heat. These are the properties of physical properties of graphite. We will study one by one all the property of graphite. First, density. The density was less because gap between two layers. We all know the density of diamond is very high, right? But graphite has less density. Both are made with carbon, but the diamond have 3D structure. That's why they will join with a strong intermolecular force. That's why the density is very high in diamond. Okay, but here it will have weak van der Waals force of attraction. That's why the density of the graphite is very less, and they have gaps between them. That's why between two layers, that's why the density is very less. Soft and slippery, we already studied in that it was used as a lubricant in the heavy machines as a powder form, because they are slippery in nature. So they are bounded with weak force, hence slide and used as dry lubricant. So dry lubricant means it was used as a powder form. Why? Because they have slippery in nature. Now conductivity. In this only 3 electrons are bonded, means it have also conductivity. Why? We all know non-metal doesn't have, carbon is a non-metal, so non-metal doesn't conduct electricity, but graphite is the only carbon, only non-metal that will conduct the electricity. Why? Because it has carbon have 4 electrons, right, in the outermost orbits. So when it was in a form of graphite, in graphite the carbon have only bounded with 3 electrons and 1 electrons are free. That's why graphite conduct electricity, because it will flow the current through them. That's why. Melting point. High melting point because carbon atoms are bonded by strong bonds, means they have strong covalent bonds. That's why the melting point is very high of graphite. Solubility. It is insoluble in most solvent, means graphite doesn't have the property to soluble in any liquid. So mostly liquid they doesn't soluble. That's why we are using when we are using solution that conduct electricity for electrolysis process. So from that electricity passes, we use graphite rod. Why? Because it doesn't soluble in that liquid. So to conduct the experiment of electrolysis process, we uses graphite lead. Graphite is also used in our pencil. From that we are writing in our notebook. Effect of heat. Here C means carbon, and carbon, here carbon is in a form of graphite. When graphite will be burned, will be heated in the presence of oxygen at 700 degrees Celsius, if it produce CO2, means how we know कि carbon is present in a graphite or not. So when we heat the graphite in the presence of oxygen at 700 degrees Celsius, we obtained a product of carbon dioxide. From that it was considered that carbon is present in a graphite. So this was the effect of the heat. From that we will consist that it shows that graphite consists of carbon in them. So this is the properties and structure and about graphite. Now we are going to study our last type of crystalline form, that is fluorines. I recently said you that we doesn't study about the structure of fluorines because it is very complicated structure and it is not possible to draw here. And the questions was also not asking in the examination draw the diagrams and explain. Only the question asked explain what is fluorines. So it is the most recently discovered crystalline allotrophic form of carbon. Means graphites and diamonds that was discovered so much earlier, means so much year ago. But in our recently discovery, fluorines is our recently discovered crystalline allotrophic form of carbon. Later it was, means there are so many scientists came and so many experiment conduct to explain how many carbons are present in fluorines and how many types of carbons. So from this all the observations we will conclude that it was prepared by the heating graphite. Means how graphite, means how fluorines will be produced. So many experiment will be happen and later it was prepared by heating graphite. Means when we heat the graphite by striking on electric arc, means when we strike the graphite, when we heat and strike the graphite on electric arc in the presence of inert gas. What is inert gas? Like helium and argon. In the presence that element that complete their octet, that is called inert gas. And when in the presence of inert gas we will strike and heat the graphite, we obtain fluorines. So by this process we obtain fluorines. A crystalline lattice of it can have, means the number of carbons is present in fluorines is between 30 to 900 atoms. Means there are so many types of fluorines will be available in our nature, in our molecules. Like some examples here are given. C32 means here in this fluorines there are 32 carbon atoms present. C50 means 15 carbon atoms are present. C60 means 60 carbon atoms are present. C70 and so on up to 900, means 30 to 900 carbons atoms will be present in a fluorines. And there are so many different type of structures of fluorines are present in our nature, and we will make them in our laboratories also. Each molecule has 3 atoms arranged in hexagon and pentagons forming a spherical shapes. Means mostly they are arranged in a hexagonal and pentagonal shapes, in a spherical shapes. So these are the properties of fluorines. So today we will complete our crystalline forms. In our previous video we will study about diamond. In this video we will study about graphites and fluorines. Thank you.